So,
hi everyone.
I'm Emily.
And I'm Hannah.
And welcome back to
the Clearly Clueless podcast.
So, today, guys, we're going to read confessions from you guys and stories that you sent in. Fan submissions, fan everything, and we're reacting, giving advice, blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so we posted on TikTok and Instagram, and there's a bunch of responses on both, so we're just
pretty
start
amazing.
reading them.
Yeah, we'll just start reading. But we won't give out names. We won't give out usernames. Like, you'll be anonymous. And if you see your story in this video, comment down below and say, she read my story, and see if our advice was valid.
Okay, so here's the first one. So when I was little, my sister was in her high chair, and she suddenly fell, and they took her to the hospital and stuff because she broke her arm. Reminder, she's like 10 months old. And later, me 13 years old, nobody knows that I pushed her over in the high chair. Rip my sister.
Is she dead?
I don't think she's dead, but she broke her arm. That's crazy.
10-month-old, dude. That's a 10-month-old.
You pushed.
A 10-month-old.
Nobody knows that I pushed her over in the high chair. Why? Did your just like
diva
thoughts just like take over and you just pushed over your sister?
Sometimes I wish I could jump in front of a car. Not in like a bad way, just in like I want to see what it feels like.
To get hit by a car.
So I can see where she's coming from. Maybe her impulsive, intrusive thoughts just came at her too hard.
Huh. Well, interesting.
I hope your sister's okay, and I would not tell anyone about that because
no, definitely not. Just keep
favor.
that secret to yourself.
Yeah, that's a diva story that only you can know.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, next one. Hi, hey queen. So my boyfriend cheated on me, and I saw an Instagram post with him and my stepmom. It said, "My love forever," and get this. Me and him are married. I'm on my undercover account, but he tried to lie and Photoshop videos and photos to say I was in the wrong, and he slept with my dad. What?
Whoa,
okay, wait.
There.
So she saw an
stepmom.
Instagram post of him and her stepmom, and it says, "My love forever." That's the first thing. The second thing is that they're married. Like this girl and him. And then he tried to lie and Photoshop videos and photos to say that she was in the wrong, and he slept with her dad.
That's crazy.
That is wild. I would probably kill him, TBH. Like,
pull a scissor.
I'm like, yeah, no, that's what? Can we listen to that song later? I love that song. Anyways, that's crazy.
I can't believe that cannot be real. How do you? He's a player. He got around your whole family and you.
I would
report him to the police, low-key. I don't know what.
And say what?
I would just report him. Just have a fire.
Yeah,
on
that.
him.
Oh
or
my
I would
God.
catch him. I would just get. Okay, you know what? Don't tell him that you know yet. I would get information that you can use, and when you can use it, then destroy him at all costs.
Destroy him.
Burn his house down.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's wild.
That's justified. Okay, guys, here's a scary story. I love scary stories. So, hey, I have a scary story to tell you guys. Okay, so one time I was spending the night at my friend's house, and keep in mind, this is her great-great-great-grandma's house. But we were upstairs playing games before we had to go eat dinner. And when we were called to go get dinner, her piano in her house started playing all by itself. We both got so scared and went to tell her mom, and her mom thought we were lying. I love your podcast so much. We love you too.
We love you, queen.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. Also, did you hear that was great-great-great-grandma's house? How is your great-great-great-grandma still alive?
It's like 5 generations going on.
How is your great-great-great-grandma
no,
still alive?
I think
or it's just like their house.
It's like
she
it's
just like
in
lives
the
in the
family.
house.
It's like generational.
I
house,
see.
you feel? That's creepy.
That's wild.
Maybe your great-great-great-grandmother's trying to communicate with you.
Yeah,
and be
maybe
like, hey.
she is a piano queen or something.
No, actually, can I tell my ghost story?
Oh my God, Emily.
No,
Go ahead.
this happened recently, like in like the
Emily's
past
house is like haunted.
So I was in my bedroom and I was home alone. Both these instances. This happened twice in the same week. Okay, and I had this like Lululemon bag, and you know how they have the black straps on them.
Mm-hmm.
And I was packing to go to my friend's house, and all of a sudden I like turn around. The fan's not on, no windows, nothing, no air drifting, and I turn around, and the straps did like a complete like that, like they like.
You watched it.
I watched it happen. I'm not like joking. Like, oh, I turned around and it was on the other side. I saw it go up, and then down and back down the other way. I'm not joking, and people don't believe me, and I got so freaked out.
I don't believe you.
But that happened, okay? And then I'm like, what the hell? And I just ignored it because, it's like kind of that rule. Like, if you see something scary, just like don't act like it's happening so they don't think you're scared. So I was like, whatever. And I keep packing. Anyways, I bring out that same bag like a week later, or a few days later to pack again. And no joking, it does the same goddamn thing. And I turn around and the straps go up in air and flip to the other side.
You're lying.
I swear on my life, I'm not lying. Like, I actually, guys, I'm being so for real.
Just like when you saw that lady in the road and then you ran over her. Yeah, that's not true either.
No, but we saw a lady.
No, you didn't.
Oh my God. No, but I'm not joking about this. It was so creepy. And I was like, what the hell?
I just don't believe you.
No, I hate. And I like how, like, one episode's like, yeah, I like to lie. No, guys, but I'm being so real about this. I'm not joking. I don't know what it is with that bag, but I don't use it anymore. Like, the straps went up in air and flipped to the other side on my bed. It happened 2 times in a row. And I was like, No.
I was like, yeah, girl, no, I don't
Get out of
believe
my
you.
room, ghost. And I've seen a ghost in my room before, so.
I don't believe you. Sorry.
You know what? It's fine. She's going to have to stay at my house, and she's going to have something so scary happen to her, and then she's going to have to believe every story I tell her.
No. Okay, next story. Last school year, we had a winter dance. At this time, I had a crush on a boy, Dave, not his real name, and me and my friend were chilling until I said to her, since it's a party, should I ask Dave to dance? Ignoring her warnings, I asked him, yo, Dave, want to dance? And he was like, and he never said yes, but he never said no, so I call it a win. Queen, yes.
Yeah.
But, like, if you never dance, then wouldn't that be enough? You know what? Let's stay delusional, okay?
I'm delusional.
He's in love with you. Dave's in love with you.
Yeah, that is so
That's
valid.
pretty much it.
Because if he didn't like, you'd be like, no, and like laugh about it with his friends. But
Yeah.
he was like,
But he was like,
so he was just nervous.
He thought
He's just
about it.
nervous.
So that means that he
thought about it.
He's in love with you, basically. That's what that means.
If you ever need delusional advice, please come to us. I'm so good at doing that. I'm so good at being so delusional. It's my favorite thing. Stay delusional.
Okay. Next one. This is a short one. Lied to my school and told everybody I had a crush on a boy when I didn't. So the boy who I actually like has no clue I like him. I'm dating him now, though. Queen! Yes!
Okay.
Period.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Keep it secret.
Do
I think.
that. I love it.
Yeah, do that, girl. Yeah, girl. I think relationships are so much more fun when they're kept secret. You know what I mean?
Wait, I thought you just didn't tell the boy that she's dating that she used to have a crush on him.
Huh?
I misunderstood that story.
Lied to my school and told everybody I had a crush on a boy when I didn't. So the boy who I actually like has no clue I like him. I'm dating him now, though. LOL.
Well, he knows you like him because you're dating him.
Well,
confused. Like, that's iconic, but like she just like
Queen.
was like, I don't like him, and then he.
I don't know.
her.
Maybe also it could be so that they like keep it in secret.
No, but I'm pretty sure her whole school. Oh, is she saying that she's keeping the relationship secret from her school?
You know, I don't really understand.
I
Queen,
thought she was saying that like
right back in and please re-explain what you mean because I'm a little confused by that.
I thought she was saying like, oh, like he didn't know that I liked him, but I got him anyways. You know what I mean?
Right.
And why was the school asking about your love life?
Like the kids.
No, it's like the principal's like, so who you dating?
Oh my God. Okay, here's another one. My boyfriend cheated on me with one of his track friends. The one he told me not to worry about. Girl, okay. A year later, he is still talking to her. He apologized for it all, but I don't know what to do. We've been together for 3 years. She's liked him since freshman year. The cheating happened last year. The talking happened yesterday. Huh?
Okay.
Oh. So, girl, boyfriend cheated on her with a girl on his track team who he told her not to worry about. And now they've still been talking since then. And they've been dating for 3 years. What should we do? Break up with him. I'd break up with him.
But she's not dating him anymore.
Yes, she is.
But okay, so he's just a cheater.
Yes.
But she's still dating him.
Yes.
Yeah, break up
with him. That's gross. Stand up, queen. Like, air him out. Like, tell everyone that, like, what happened and that he
get
cheated.
proof
and,
before you break up with him.
Yeah. Like,
He
get
will
the proof
try
and everything and, like, and then just, like, post it everywhere and, like, tell everyone and, like, make sure he gets canceled. Here's another one. My childhood crush texted me randomly, and I snuck him in my house, and 6 hours later, we got freaky in my grandparents' room on their bed. 4:30 rolls around, and I got to get ready to go to cheer comp. The coach... What? to cheer comp 2 coach. And my mom gets a Life 360 notification that my phone's on low battery. So she goes into my room to tell me to plug in my phone, and I'm not in my room. She starts spamming my phone, and eventually she called me asking where I was, and I had to tell her I was in my grandparents' room because my room had gotten too hot in the middle of the night. She asked who was in there with me, and I had to tell her that it was the TV. Then I went upstairs so she wouldn't think anything of it. Then I had to call him, and he had to run out of my house all the way to the front of my neighborhood.
How did you not get caught? That's crazy.
Yeah, that's actually kind of wild.
Why did she not? I would have gone in. I would have been like, what's going on?
Yeah, I feel like if I was the mom, I would have
Been a little more suspicious.
gone in the room.
That's crazy.
Huh.
I can't sneak people. I never will sneak people into my house.
I
can't.
totally could. I have that. There's a door right there, like out over there,
Really?
that I could just open and bring
Really?
people in. But also, like, I could just leave.
Yeah.
Like, when we're here, I just, like, leave. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because Jeff, my father, just sleeps. Like, he's just a sleeping king. But.
Yeah, no, I've never snuck.
Do you remember that one time you tried to sneak out?
The one time I don't sneak out, okay? Because usually my parents don't really care, so I usually just leave. But I did. They specifically told me not to leave tonight, and I got very angry, so I left. Anyways, and it was like 9 o'clock, and I got in my car, and they heard me leave because my car's right outside their window. And they called me, and I didn't get out. I got out for like 5 minutes, and they made me come back, and I got in a lot of trouble. And I don't want to explain where I was going because it's even more embarrassing.
Wasn't it to, like, get ice cream or something?
Yep. Get ice cream with my friends in a different state, and then they're like, "Come back home," and I was like, "God darn it!"
That's funny. Okay, I'm gonna read the 2 from Instagram. In 7th grade, this guy started dating me, but 2 weeks later, he said it was a prank.
Oh man,
I would hit him.
I would
Like, that's so.
put them on a list. Don't say that. That could go way
Put him
wrong.
on a list.
Whoa there. No. That's so sad. I'm so sorry. That's so. I don't
Ew.
get why people like men do that. That is
Yeah,
so
no.
mean and just
That's
not
just, like, gross. Well,
Not
men
kind.
aren't kind, so that checks
that's
out.
just terrible. I'm sorry, girl. You don't deserve that. He
Yeah, no.
deserves to be. Karma will get him. Don't worry.
Emily was trying to convince me that was a good song for like a long time.
By JoJo is
I
good.
was scrolling on TikTok today, and JoJo Siwa edit came up.
Good.
No, not good.
Okay, but JoJo Siwa in her prime was when she had like the rainbow pearls and she had long hair. Like, have you seen the baseball clips? Like JoJo Siwa in her prime was amazing. That was good. Like, she was cute then, but now she's just weird.
Okay, the next Instagram one was, I hate most of my friends most of the time, and sometimes I try to avoid them. You know what? That's valid. That's so. I hate Emily, and look where we are. I'm just kidding.
We're right here. We film every day.
I'm just kidding. But you know, I have some friends that I hate, and I don't. And I have had friends that I hate. You have had friends that you hate.
Yeah, but I don't do that anymore. Yeah, that's true.
But the friends that I hate, I have to deal with.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's
so
terrible. Yeah, I don't have that.
Yeah,
I
have a couple.
I don't.
But I just have to deal with it.
Nope.
Yeah.
That's so terrible.
Honestly, Queen, that's valid though.
Find some new friends.
Transfer.
Be by yourself.
Transfer.
That's my idea of whenever something happens is just to drop out. That's my my advice.
Just to drop out.
Drop out. No.
Okay.
Also, someone DM'd us asking if we actually dropped out of school. We did not.
No, we dropped out of in-person school, but we're online. But
okay, here's another story, guys. So am I the problem? I literally started this friend group. It was these 3 girls who I had individual relationships with and started a group of 4, including me. Literally was carrying this whole friend group by hosting and paying for meals like the good friend I am. One messy sleepover ruined it all. One girl, called Banana, was just being a weirdo, and Def is the one I'm least close to. She was trying to smoke in my house when my parents were there and yelling curse words. At one point at 1 a.m., she started crying about her family issues, and I was low-key confused why she was ruining the vibes. I wasn't really sure what to do. The next day, I was talking to one of the other girls in my group, told her how Banana was trashing my house. I spent $100 on food and 3 hours of cleaning the next morning, all for Banana to complain about the food. So a week later, all 3 of my friends started to act weird. Bananas turned them against me and said I was a bad friend for not letting her smoke in my house and for gossiping about her. So am I the problem? I think I lost my friends. They just hung out without me, and I'm low-key scheming revenge. Is it worth the work, or am I a crap friend?
scheme that revenge, girl.
Scheme the revenge? That's terrible.
Ew.
Like, if it's at your house and you're not comfortable with it, then, like, they shouldn't be, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, if it's your house.
And I don't think it's bad for you to be stating what happened to the other person. There's a
Right.
difference between gossiping and being like, so this happened and I didn't like it.
Right.
The I statements. Not, you know what I mean?
The I
Well, the I statements. I'm in
the
a.
I
The
statement.
I statements.
Is that like a school thing that you learned?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Nerd.
Nerd.
Anyways, yeah, no, I'd probably kill her. Just kidding. But yeah, that'd make me really mad.
What I would do, okay, just try and ruin their trio. Find some dirt.
Yeah, revenge.
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 Revenge all the way.
Absolutely.
Unless it's not worth your peace. Sometimes peace is worth it, but
No, revenge.
But
always.
honestly, revenge. Or
Revenge.
maybe sometimes the best revenge is just being better than them and getting a better life than them and watching them be miserable their whole life. One time, my mother and my sisters were driving home from my older sister's baby shower. Mind you, she lives 2 hours away from where me and my mom and other sisters live. We drove up there on a Friday, stayed there 2 nights, and left on a Sunday. We were on the way back, and I had to use the bathroom really bad. But the problem with that was we were on the highway. To give you an idea how bad I had to use the bathroom, my bladder was hurting. We were driving, and we still had 40 minutes until we were home. So I peed in the car on my pants. I was wearing baggy leggings. Oh, no, I was just wearing leggings. Now, you're probably thinking that's not bad, but I was 14 years old. We listen, and we don't judge. Valid.
I was gonna say there's nowhere to stop, but I mean, I guess like some.
She could have just like pulled over. You could have peed in the woods, honestly.
Yeah, like if it was
That's
that
happened
bad.
No, I can't be talking.
If I was gonna pee my pants, I think I would ask to pull over and pee in the woods.
Yeah, maybe your mom was just being mean or something. Because I was like, Mom, I'm gonna pee my pants right now. She'd be like, okay, let's just pull over quick. And
Yeah,
then make me go
maybe
in
she
the
didn't
woods.
tell him that though.
Yeah, maybe she's just the shy queen. Honestly, valid.
No, not not valid.
Don't pee your pants, kids.
No,
I think that's valid.
no.
Like if I was a little nervous.
She's 14, Emily.
I've had some close calls.
Oh my god! Of course you have.
Here's another story. So me and my ex were together for 1.5 years, and probably for the last 4 months, I've been suspicious about him and my friends because of how they were best friends. And so I decided to break up with him because I thought he liked her and I thought she liked him. The day after we broke up, they started liking each other and decided to date just a few days later. Fast forward to now, they broke up after a week, and he's not after another one of my friends. I was in the wrong for breaking up with him, or fast forward now, they broke up after a week, and he's not after another one of my friends. Oh, so she's saying like. Oh, I see. So she's saying like that she kind of like put it in the universe by breaking up with her boyfriend, saying, "Oh, you like her." So he's like, "Okay, fine, I'll like her," and they liked her. But now he's not like going for any other friends, so he's really that bad of a person.
Or she meant he's now going after one of my
He said
friends.
now he's not going after.
Now he's not, or he's not, because she could have said
He's not after. Oh, he's now after. She definitely meant now, not.
yeah,
He's now after another one of my friends. I was in the wrong for breaking up with him, or yeah, you were.
yeah.
That makes sense.
No, you were not in the wrong for breaking
Oh.
up with him. I said, yeah, you were.
Yeah, you were the problem.
No, you're not in the wrong for breaking up with him. That's, yeah. If I thought my boyfriend liked one of my friends, yeah, I'd break. Yeah, no, that's valid. That's a valid breakup.
Here's another story, guys. My best friend.
Guys.
Do I really-
Here's another story, guys. No, read.
Here's another story, guys. My best friend.
Here's another story, guys. Just read it. Go.
My best friend used to live down the road from me, but she had to move to her mom's house because her dad was low-key abusive. After she moved out, her aunt went to go live with her dad and took her room and everything. After a couple of months, she wanted to move back in, but she couldn't because her aunt wouldn't move out. She called her dad and her aunt multiple times asking when she could come back, but her dad basically said that she couldn't until her aunt moved out. Fast forward to now, we're having a sleepover and we're bored, so we went for a walk by her house and saw that nobody was home. She told me that she still knew the code for the door, and we decided to go in and see what her aunt had done to her room. We went inside and saw that her aunt had completely taken over and stuffed all of my friend's stuff into the linen closet outside. My friend was so mad. She really wanted to move back in with her dad. So we came up with a plan. Her aunt is a super big hippie. So she has all these sort of crystals with crazy witch stuff, craft stuff. Not exaggerating. There were literally books about witchcraft. We moved all her stuff around and threw the things and made messes. We knocked over stacks of stuff and swapped places with things. We burnt a ton of incense and left it in the middle of the room. We also unlocked her box with weed and pills and made it look like someone had gone through it. We also stole a ton of clothes and makeup. We're basically trying to think that she had ghosts or demons, whatever hippie believes in, to make her want to move out. Also, side note, that her aunt is a pretty terrible person, so this was deserved. That's crazy.
That's honestly smart though.
I would not have thought of that. That's
Queen.
low-key insane.
That's fun. That's wild. Please write back in and tell us if that worked or not, because That's crazy.
Hannah.
That's crazy. My mom likes crystals, but I wouldn't. She does not have witchcraft books or anything like that.
My friend's
I think
a
she just
witch.
pretends she likes crystals. I don't think she actually
No,
likes
my friend's not her. My friend's sister is a witch. I don't believe in that. I don't know. Can I like state my opinions on this?
Yeah.
Okay. Personally, okay. I don't know if I believe in demons. I don't know, but I think that like if you're like in the witchcraft stuff and it's like evil, you're like in the evil witchcraft stuff, like maybe the demons aren't like actual demons like in movies. They're like depression and anxiety that like follow you around. You know what I mean? Like once you separate yourself from negative energy sources, then you won't feel that like negative like depression and anxiety. If that makes sense. Like some things are just chemical imbalances, but also if you're dealing with some negative forces, that could also cause that.
Huh?
Does that not make sense?
No, not at all.
That's what I believe.
I totally believe in witches, and that's like
No, I don't believe in that. You don't believe any of my stories at all of any of my ghosts.
yeah, but I believe in like witchcraft.
I don't know. I don't want to mess with that. I'm scared to mess with that just because of
You just said you don't believe in it, so if anything, that's messing with it more than saying that you do believe.
guys.
in
I
it.
believe in it. I don't know, man.
Everybody's gonna
I don't
get
know.
witched.
It's. I don't know. I just think if you mess with like creepy stuff or like negative forces, then negative forces will come into your life, such as depression, anxiety.
That's what you
mental
were trying to
illness.
say. Okay.
Yeah.
That made more sense.
But I'm
Before
not
you were
saying-
like, depression. I was like, what?
You just. I don't think you're. Okay. Anyways, but I'm not saying.
I was listening.
I'm not saying everyone who has depression, anxiety, and like those,
Is a witch?
Yeah, I'm not saying they all have like negative forces. Some are just chemical imbalances, but some could be related to the negative forces in
So
your
you
life.
think that evil people get depressed because they
no,
were
not evil people, but people who are dealing with evil spirits and negative beings by being like an evil witch.
So
or
you
evil-
think that evil witches are depressed?
Well, I don't know what an evil witch is per se, but perchance. I can't just say perchance. No, I'm just like.
I've never been on live television before. Apparently, I've never been on live television before. And apparently.
No, but I'm just saying if you mess with negative energy is going to come into your life. And that can manifest as anxiety and depression.
There you go.
That's what I'm trying to say. And I don't know what the negative energy is.
Why do you think that?
I was born in the Catholic Church, but
Oh, so is that like a Jesus thing?
I guess. And also, you know what? I was told from when I was little, I don't believe this anymore, that you can get haunted by a scary movie. So if you watch a scary movie,
That's so not right.
and
That's
like
so
like
wrong.
if let's say you're watching like The Shining or like
Isn't
something.
that just a way of like the Jesus people to get you to not watch
so
scary
then
movies?
then the spirit that's in the movie can come, or like the Exorcist, it can come into your like house and possess you.
That's crazy.
I don't know if I believe in that, or
Yeah,
I don't believe in that.
I do not believe in that at all. That's
So that
crazy.
creeped me out when I was a kid. That stopped me from watching scary movies.
Well, I think that's kind of the point.
Yeah, no, I'm still scared of scary movies, low key. I don't like I'm very paranoid. So now if I'm like watching a scary movie, then
Emily
I'm like,
is the most paranoid person I have ever met.
so if I'm like, oh no, the negative forces are getting me, I'm about to get so depressed. Like sometimes I think that. I know that's not logical. But that's just how my brain was raised.
Right. Interesting. Well, yeah, no.
Gets
Anyways,
canceled.
what was the story about? Oh, the hippie witch.
Yeah, the hippie witch.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah,
icon.
screw the aunt, for real.
Yeah,
Write
that's-
back in and tell us if that worked or not.
Why?
Because
That's so mean
I'm
that your
interested to
dad.
know.
Wait, that's so mean that your dad wouldn't let his own daughter back into his house.
Okay.
That's so mean. I don't know. I just think that's mean.
Well, there's a lot of mean parents out there.
I feel bad for you.
But she wants
Empath.
she wants to move into the house, so it can't be that bad. She wants to move back in with her dad.
Oh,
So he can't be that bad.
But that's still really bad if your dad's like, no, you can't. You're my daughter, but no, you're not allowed in my house.
He's abusive. Why do you
That's
want to
right.
move back in with him?
Yeah, wait a minute. We're like missing major context clues here.
L-
Oh,
Like-
yeah. I don't know. Maybe I do know some friends who like their abusive parents more than their not abusive parents.
Huh. Interesting. Well, write back in and tell us.
Because they're more
We need an
chill,
update.
but they're abusive. but they're
Okay,
more chill.
we don't need to talk about any more abuse. Just write back in and tell us.
You doing
I'm very
okay?
interested.
The spirits get her. Maybe like. Also, I will never mess with the Ouija boards. Never.
You know, those aren't real.
I think they're real. I believe
Someone
they're real.
puts their finger under it.
No, they're real.
I got cat scratch though. That was real. That was the craziest thing. I've talked about this before, but it was a really long time ago, so I'm gonna tell the story again. I was at my dance studio. We had like a team sleepover, so you like sleep in the studio, and we were all like in the front lawn. We were like playing like stupid like ghost games or whatever, doing like light as a feather, shift as a board or whatever. And there's this game called cat scratch where you lay it when someone crosses their legs and you lay in their lap and they tell a story about like a cat, and then during the story they say cat scratch, cat scratch, cat scratch, like a couple times during the story, and you're supposed to like lay in their legs, and then you sit up and you're supposed to pick up your shirt. You're supposed to have a cat scratch on it. And we did it for like a bunch of people. Like we all like took turns, and it didn't work for anybody. And then I lay down, they told the story, and they did it. And there was a scratch on my back. I'm not kidding. I didn't feel anything. Nobody scratched my back. I didn't scratch my back. And so I said it, there's a cat scratch, and then we're like, that's crazy. And then we do it again, and there's another one. And then I was like, okay, I'm done. Like I can't. And then we did it a third time, and they lifted up. I think and then they didn't think that they saw anything, and they lifted up a little bit higher. There was one like on the top of my shoulder. It was the craziest thing ever. And like nobody scratched my back. I didn't scratch my back. Like I was like, okay, I'm like laying down. It was the weirdest thing ever. And everyone who was there was like, saw it. Like
that's so
it was
what?
It was the creepiest thing that's ever happened.
100% something's going on there.
Yeah, it was really weird.
I believe in ghosts.
It was really weird. It was I can't believe that actually happened.
That's creepy, girl. And she has photos. I
have like pictures of it. I posted it a long time ago, but yeah, I have like pictures of it and everything. It was creepy.
Yeah, and it's like it's not like, it doesn't look like fingernails.
No, it's like
fingernails
like
would be
cat.
white.
Right? Yeah, they were like all like red. It was weird. It was really weird.
And you didn't feel anything.
No, nothing. And I didn't scratch my back. I was like, okay, I'm laying down. I laid down. I kept my hands here the whole time. Nobody touched my back. It was wild.
Weird. I don't mess with those games. I don't.
It was
mess with
really
them
funny
at all.
though.
Also, did you ever hear about the red door, blue door game?
No.
Which was like
red and blue, Milo theory.
I was gonna say the Matrix, but that works too. Billie Eilish.
Milo theory.
I don't know. It's something about like if you go into a trance and like you like get hypnotized or whatever, and then you're like in like a red door, blue door situation, and once you open like one of the doors, there's like a top hat man, and he like possesses you or something.
Huh?
I didn't explain that well, but it is.
If you get hypnotized, there's a red and blue door, and there's top hat man. He possesses
Don't pick
you.
the red door, because then the top hat man will get you.
So the top hat man's in the red.
I don't know. I don't even like reading the directions to these stories because I don't even want to know.
Yeah, someone sent us one of those stupid DMs. It's like, if you don't send this to 20 people, this person will haunt you in your sleep. And Emily's like, I don't open it.
Yeah, I was like, it was like, okay, this is a challenge. I'm sending this. I've been dead for 7 days. And I was like, Hannah, you read this. I'm not reading this now.
Yeah, she was like, I can't read it.
I don't mess with that stuff. That is so, words cannot describe how creepy. I just hate that kind of crap.
Yeah, Emily's very, paranoid. Yeah. Okay, anyways, well, we're gonna wrap up today's episode. Thank you for sending us in stories. Keep sending them in. We will keep reacting to them always. TikTok, DMs, Instagram, whatever. What did we learn today?
Y'all got some crappy life.
Yeah, y'all got some crazy things. Write back in if we told you to, please, because I'm very interested, especially Queen with the hippie aunt and the abusive crazy. Dad. Yeah, I definitely want to hear back about that. But we love you guys. We will see you next week or next Thursday, and yeah, that's all. Peace.